Okay, this is now the 5-minute tarot for the 17th of October 2017. And this video is called Uncertainty is Good. So I'd like to explain why and how. And the thing is, we often want to know what a card means. And so somebody can ask a question, you shuffle, lay cards, turn one over, and then you aren't sure. You turn a card, you don't quite know what to say about it, you're not sure what it means. And this seems like a bad thing. But I want to say and show you that the opposite is true, and that when you turn a card and don't know what to say about it, this is actually a good thing. So relax. And here is why. There's the word harmony that you probably know. Harmonious situation, things are pleasant, nice, things go with each other, they operate together. And so the word harmony is built around the root AR that means to fit together. So if something is harmonious, it's as if the bits and pieces that make it up fit together well and correctly, we could say. And related words are arrange, AR, and art, ART, and so on. And you think about art, where you've got a painting or a photograph, let's say, or some collage or whatever it happens to be, where the different bits and pieces are arranged together and they fit together well, and you have a harmonious painting, let's say. So I'm thinking as well that there's an AR, the root is harmonious, of harmonious is R. There's an AR in tarot, TAROT. And so there's art, ART, in the word tarot as well. So this is I'm making a connection between information that applies to art and information that applies to the idea of fitting together and putting it together with the tarot reading. So I happened to watch a few days ago a video on YouTube. There's a gallery museum in London, the Tate, and they have this series called TateShots. And so they visit studios or have interviews with various artists. And there was an Iranian woman, her name is Shirazeh Houshiary. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'll put a link below. So she does these kind of abstract paintings, but she said quite early on in the video that her art, what she does with her art is she tries not to be advertising, where with the advertising the meaning is clear, right? You look at the picture, you look at the ad, and it's clear what they want you to do or what it is that you would be buying or what it is you'd be doing. So she says later in the video that when advertising gives you facts, they kill your imagination. And that's interesting given the fact that we have, I don't know how many hundreds of ads we're subjected to every day. You hear ads all over the place. Magazines, newspapers, billboards, on trains, on buses, on YouTube, on the internet, on your phone, magazines. There's ads everywhere. And you have to wonder, every time you see an ad, is it in some little way killing your imagination? So she wants her art to be ambiguous. And ambiguous means it's shifting and changing. And so part of the value of art is, or some art, is that you see something one day and you see something else the next. And it's the variety and the expansion and the range of possibilities in art that makes it useful, and it's good for us to examine art. Because when the art is ambiguous, it's good because it gets you asking questions. And so you can come to discover answers, and that can lead to greater or better understanding, or bigger understanding, we might say. On the other hand, if you know the meaning, right, the meaning of the card, it can kind of stop you. You know, you turn a card, this card means this, and that's kind of like a full stop at the end of the sentence. That's it, and that's all there is. So it kind of stops you. And so you've got the question, and you turn the card and you tell the questioner the answer or the meaning. But the thing is, the questioner may not understand what the meaning is, or what you mean when you tell them what the meaning is. And there's something I've mentioned before, I can't remember when, but there's a couple of lines in Bob Dylan in a song called Something There Is About You. And he sings at the beginning, something there is about you that strikes a match in me. So when you hear the word, it strikes a match in me, maybe you think of a match where you strike a match and light a cigarette. So striking a match can mean that something there is about you that gets me excited, that gets me motivated, that gets me energetic, like a match bursting into flame. And that's one meaning of strikes a match in me. But if you think of things that there was a joke on Saturday Night Live on the news of the week. I can't remember what the segment's called. Years ago, Norm Macdonald, and there was an Italian designer or couturier. I think it was Giorgio Armani, and he was caught for tax evasion, and so Norm Macdonald said that his punishment was he had to wear brown shoes with a blue suit. Which at the time I thought was really funny because brown and blue don't really go together. They don't match. Whereas black and blue, if you've got a blue suit, you wear black shoes, you don't wear brown. But anyway, so striking a match in me can mean that we're similar. There's something about you that strikes a match in me, that we're similar, we understand each other, we have the same kind of outlook, let's say. So there's similarity, and that can be what you do for me or why I like you, because we're similar. So let's say the question has been asked and you turn a card and the card is the answer. You talk about it one way with one person. Let's say we've got the two people, you strike a match in me. The person who thinks of the match as being the match bursting into flame, you got that card and you talk about it in a way that that person can relate to. Because maybe you talk about enthusiasm or about getting things going and getting things started or having great energy and excitement about the situation or about the possibilities. So that's how you would talk about that particular card. Whereas with the other person who sees similarity, you would talk about maybe the same card, but in a different way about how the card will show you something that you're already comfortable with. So there isn't a challenge really, or there isn't a difficulty because you're dealing with what you already know or what matches you. So it's the same card, different people. So the next time you turn a card and find yourself in two minds or find yourself uncertain, don't worry that it means you can't read cards, or don't worry that it means you're going to be wrong. Look at the picture. See what's going on in the picture. Remember the question and talk about answers using your imagination, and you'll find that what you say is relevant to the questioner and gets them better understanding of what's going on or what needs to be done or what was done badly in the past, maybe if the card represents the past. But you'll find that what you say is relevant and useful for the questioner. And this is all because you start off uncertain. So it's not a bad thing. It doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It's more normal and more natural and opens up possibilities that remain closed if you know the apparent meaning. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you quite soon. Okay, bye-bye.